welcome back. It's Amber. I'm a speech therapist with Seattle Therapy Skills for Life. In our last video, we talked about identifying Gestalt language processing. And now I'd like to go deeper into what Gestalt language processing sounds like early on in language development and how to support that early communication. When I first meet a kid who's a Gestalt language processor, something I hear often from parents is that their child is talking, but they're not using functional language. So the parents are noticing that they hear words and they hear phrases, but those words don't seem to match the context or what their child means. This is where detective work comes in. Gestalt language processors, early on especially, use scripts or gestalts to communicate. And even if those scripts don't make sense to us yet, they are conveying meaning. So a Gestalt language processor typically hears a phrase and they might connect the meaning of the phrase to the emotion and the context where they first heard it. So you might have a child who says, I'm trying, when they're upset. And they might say this because one time when they were upset, their mom couldn't figure out what was wrong, and she was saying that as she was trying to problem solve. And so they've taken the emotion of maybe sadness or frustration, they've taken the context of that upsetness, and now that's the meaning they attach to the phrase. The first step in understanding your child's language is figuring out where their scripts come from and what they mean. So listen carefully to your child and notice phrases they're saying often. It really helps to write them down and write down the contexts that you hear those phrases in so that you can look for patterns. So for example, if your child is often saying, here comes the tractor, and you're not sure what that means, you might listen and notice that maybe they say it when you get to school and their friend is playing with a car. And they say it when they get home and their sibling is playing with trains, or they walk into their bedroom and they see an airplane. And you might figure out that here comes the tractor means I'm excited to play with a vehicle, or it might be a request to play with a vehicle. As your child's language develops, they're going to gain flexibility and they're going to be able to match what they say and mean more literally. So this detective work doesn't last forever, but right now the most important thing is for your child to connect and be able to communicate, and that all stems from knowing that they're understood. So we want our kids to feel confident and motivated to continue communicating, and we have to show that whatever they say, we're trying to understand and we'll get there. So whatever your child says, and no matter how much you do or don't understand it, be sure to acknowledge it. You can smile, you can nod, you can repeat what they said, and as you're listening to their gestalts and you're figuring out more about what they mean, show them that you do get it. So if your child uses a script from a movie to express excitement, and you figured that out, the next time they say it, you can say, wow, I'm excited too, or this is really exciting. And you might see them pause what they're doing or look at you, and this is really powerful because it means that they recognize that they've been understood.